So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Jose Link channel. And today we will be, and again, we will be performing another IELTS speaking simulation task, IELTS speaking sample task with, of course, one of my colleagues, Mr. Edward Thieu. So today we're going to talk about, actually, we're going to go for a speaking task, which is the same, which is similar as the real task. And he will be the acting examiner for today, and I will be the candidate. And of course, this session actually aims as candidates who are actually trying to take the task and who want to know more about the task. And of course, who also want to know how to handle the questions in a very proper and systematic way. So are you ready? Yeah. So let's get started.
All right. So, good evening. This is IELTS speaking practice test. My name is Edward. What's your name?
I'm Jose Midley, but you can just address me as Clay throughout the task.
All right, Clay. Nice to meet you. Now, do you work or are you a student?
I'm actually a student, and my specialization is architecture. It's a very interesting major, and yeah, of course, I'm definitely falling in love with that.
Okay. So, are you still attending it?
Yes, I am still joining university for my degree. And I think when I study architecture, it's all about buildings, it's all about how people react to it. And yeah, that's quite interesting. Mm.
Okay. So, can you explain why did you choose architecture?
First of all, I would say I was influenced a lot by my father, who used to be a civil engineer. So when I was young, he literally took me to his work sites. And then, of course, I really had a chance to meet his colleagues, friends, and stuff. So I would say he might be my primary source influence.
Hmm, I see. Right. So, let's talk more about you. What do you think your best personal qualities are?
Personally, I would say my best quality would be patience. I think I'm not that much spontaneous. I'm neither impulsive, so I'm very stable, very grounded, and of course, I'm quite patient. I always handle things from a very calm point of view. So I would say that that's literally my most prized possession.
Hmm. So, you mentioned your father earlier, and I was wondering if you think you share some personalities with your parents.
Yeah, I would say my father is again quite calm, extremely, I would say chill most of the times. And I think, however, although my father influenced me a lot in terms of career, but I am mostly influenced by my mother in terms of personality. I have inherited a lot from my mother. She is extremely chatty, very lively, and of course, she is also quite generous, but heart of gold, I would say.
I see. So, what personal qualities are important to you when finding a friend?
hmm The most significant one that I will be definitely seeking in a good friend, obviously, will be trustworthiness, because I have to make sure that he is reliable, right? He is trustworthy, first of all, because I will confide in my most important information, especially towards him or her. So I think there should be a very strong boundary between us. And of course, first of all, I have to trust him. That's the most important quality for me.
Hmm, I see. So, do you think you have the personal qualities to be a good leader?
I would say yes. I think as I mentioned earlier in the previous question, I'm quite patient. And at the same time, I believe I also have some important qualities to become a leader, such as decision making. I always see myself as a very determined person. And at the same time, I also know what I'm doing. So if I'm given a chance, I think, yeah, I would take that step and I will become a leader. Although whether it is good or bad, it's another chapter to discuss here.
All right. So, we'll be moving on to part two. Okay. You'll be describing a piece of work you did for your job or studies that you felt very satisfied with. Okay. Can you allow me to share the screen?
Yes. Oh, okay.
All right. See, is that a little blurry?
Yes, yeah, still I can read it. Yeah.
Right. So you'll have to talk about this for 1 to 2 minutes, and you have a minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. So do you have something to write on?
Yes.
All right. So your 1 minute starts now. All right. I'd like you to start speaking.
Okay, so now I want to talk about a project, a design project that I did, especially for my studies, with my friends that I also felt quite elated and quite satisfied with. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about the project. So first, actually, as a design student myself, I was responsible to plan a design, especially for midterm project, and of course, I decided to submit the design of a hospital. Actually, first of all, I was extremely nervous. It was a nerve-wracking project, and I don't understand why I chose this, but yeah, it was quite interesting, so I chose it. But fortunately, I was allowed to talk to my friends to collaborate with other students. So I literally demanded help from my friends, and of course, they helped me with that. It was extremely kind of them. So that piece actually was a design proposal of a hospital that will be constructed, especially in my neighborhood. Of course, it was just an imaginary situation, so it will never happen in the future. But still, we did have our own devotion, our own sacrifices for this project as best as we can. So, of course, as I mentioned earlier, my friends, they were there to help me. Most of them, of course, obviously they were helping me with my drawing the projects and of course thinking up plans and stuff and everything. I believe this project literally drew us together. It really brought a kind of a sense of unity for all of us, and I think I really appreciate that. And I knew about them. Actually, it's about their personalities, right? So we had actually a very lovely time, and we really had a chance to meet, to talk to each other, and it was quite good. So that might be the main reasons why this project was so satisfactory for me. I really felt like I did something nice. I really felt like I accomplished something that might be a history for me, something that I can look back to. So now, still, although I'm in my university, I still have a chance to look at my project back again, and I felt quite elated for that. And whenever I look at that project, the main reason, maybe because I was so satisfied with that, maybe because, again, I had a good time with my friends. And at the same time, most of my teachers, my supervisor, all of them really appraised. They literally praised my project. And yeah, that's it. That's literally my project that I felt so happy to do.
All right. Wonderful. All right. So let's move on to part three. Okay. So, in continuation of what we talked in part two, in part three, let's talk about life satisfaction. What are some aspects of people's lives that they can often be dissatisfied with?
The very obvious thing would be, of course, their financial status. As a young person myself, I've also been struggling with my own financial control, and I think it's actually a problem that most people, young people from developing countries, have been facing nowadays. So I would say people, even if they are old or they are young, let's say, they have to be literally they have to struggle every time with their financial control. And second of all, I would say it's all about their academic achievements and stuff. So sometimes you might feel dissatisfied with where you are going or what you are doing right now when you compare yourself with other people. And other times, I'm extremely convinced that you will feel quite inferior, and that's how your dissatisfaction was born. And you will feel like you are lost, you're devastated, and yeah. So these situations obviously are the most significant ones, I would say.
Hmm. So, would you say that having ambitions in life is always a positive thing?
Yes, I am strongly convinced that ambitions are always great. They bring hope to us. I think hopes are extremely crucial, especially if you want to gain success in your life. Sometimes you might feel that you are lost, but with a sense of hope, you know where you are going. And I think that's a very strong point. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you are not over ambitious. Otherwise, you don't know what you have to do. And I think other times, yeah, I think it's something that might be quite horrible for you to feel.
Hmm. And what do you feel are the most important components for a satisfying life?
Hmm. It's a tricky question for me, but I'm inclined to the fact that your mental state, the way that you see things, your perspective on life might be the most important thing for a successful and happy life. Because sometimes you might not end anything. Sometimes you might be just a normal person, but still you can be happy because it depends on the way you see your life, the way how you cherish small things around you, the way you treat other people with respect. So it's all about, I think it's all about how you control your mind in a very specific state. So that's the most important thing. It's not about money, statutes, or the buildings that you own. It's not about the properties that you own. It's all about how you witness experiences it in front of you from a very different perspective, I would say.
I see. So let's talk about job satisfaction. So what makes a job more satisfying? Higher salary or better colleagues?
Hmm. Um, okay, for me, I have a very strong tendency to go for the jobs which offer me high salaries. So I would say, yeah, I love my colleagues, by the way. So, but still, for me, salaries, the money here is much more important. In correlation with the previous question that I answered earlier, I would say money might be one of the most contributing factors for your happiness, indirectly or directly, I don't know. So I would say your salary much be more prominent in deciding your happiness, but it doesn't mean that your colleagues are no significant. It just means that they might not be that much prominent in comparison with money from my perspective.
Hmm. And do you think people need to change jobs regularly if they want to be satisfied at work?
Hmm. I disagree with this opinion. I don't think so. I have to say that you don't have to change your jobs, your careers, or even your organizations or companies just to experience happiness. It's all about the way you see things. It's all about the way you perceive things, right? So, as long as you are hardworking, as long as I would say you know what you are doing, as long as you are not apathetic, then I think it should be fine. So even if you're working in the same company for 15 years, but you can still be happy because again, it's how you see things, right? So yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think so.
So is it possible to find job satisfaction in all kinds of work?
Hmm. Mm, I think it's quite difficult to answer, but from my perspective, yes, mostly, except the jobs where you have to handle different types of people complaints. Because I'm that kind of person who likes to could handle the people's complaints, right? So, especially if you're not working for customer service departments, then it should be fine. Otherwise, of course, but even if you're working for a customer service department, if you have the right mindset, if you know how to handle your problems very well, then it should still be quite happy, I would say, because you are helping other people, and of course, you should be proud of it. But apart from that, if you love your job, if the job offers you a good salary, if the job can offer you a good position, then I think yeah, every job or every position, every companies can really lead you to be a happy life, to get a happy life, I would say.
All right, I guess that's the end of our speaking test.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.